we're moving on to step 2. Oh, and for step 2 we need some more components from the components tree. We need these components here, which are the C7 components. They're quite large components, as you can see. We also need our chassis rails. They are symmetrical, so we need 2 of those, 1 for each side. We need BA4s. These are the 3x8mm machine screws, again offering them up to the drawing. We need 8 of those. We also need these, which are BA6s. These are the 3x12mm screws. We need 10 of those. We also need some locking nuts as well. So there's the silver ones, and the locking nuts are denoted with a little piece of nylon inside, so you can see. Okay, so we need 10 of those, so they're the BA12s. And we also need the BA13s. These are just the standard 3mm nut, and these do not have any nylon in them, so they're just a standard nut. We need 8 of those. We also need some of our thread lock, of course. And remember, we also need our component parts that we built in step 1, our C4s, our C5s from our previous step. Okay, right, so we need to put this all together. I'll show you how. So let's tackle step 2 in 2 stages. So we take our chassis rail as per the drawing, and we take our C7 component. Okay, and you can see these are longer on this side, and they will go into the chassis rail and collect these holes. They're slightly at a diagonal, so the outer one on each side, and then on the top the one in. Okay, and we collect those using our BA4s, which are our longer screws. These are the 3x18mm screws. So we go in through the pretty side, should we say, side that we would be facing us when we're using the model, and we collect using a normal nut, 3mm nut in here, and it's got an area for the nut. The only thing we need to do is just pop on a little bit of thread locking just to make sure that that nut doesn't work loose. So I'm going to pop the screw through first, and then I'm going to hold that with my thumb, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of thread lock on the end of the screw, because I try not to get this thread lock on the plastic. That's the idea. So pop the nut into the recess, take your screwdriver, and I do need to just pop this around the other way like so, and screw that in. And you do the same for all of the screws. So there's 4 of those. So again, pop that through, pop a little bit of thread lock on the end of the screw, take your 3mm nut, and it's a little bit easier now you've got the first one out of the way, because you can just collect. So I just come back a couple of threads first. There we are. Right, so, and then we collect the bottom ones and do the same again. Bit of thread lock and screw. Turn it over again, put your finger over the one side, back a quarter turn and nip it up. Well, quite straightforward, quite easy. There we go. Oh, a bit of thread lock first. Okay, take our nut, 3mm nut, there we are, pop that in and screw it through. And we're just going to make sure they're nipped up like that. That's it. So that's the first half of that bit done. And the second half of this is we need to take our assembled step 1 components. So on this side we need the A, the one that was A. So that's this one. As you can see, it's denoted with the drawing A, yeah. And take that. So here we have it in place. So you can just make sure on the drawing, make sure you're correct. And we can see that we are second one in from the bottom here, which is this guy here, and this top one is the third. Slightly incorrect here, aren't I? This is the wrong way around. So the importance of making sure that you double check yourself and not do things tight straight away. So I've now put this the right way round. Okay, so one that's A is their cam system here like this. Okay, there we are, and it's the right way around. So you're collecting second one in, third one in the top, leaves 3 on this side. So let's go and put all the nuts back on this side. See, I'm saying about the importance of doing it, and then you can just double check yourself and just pop these on loosely. It's always better to double check yourself first rather than you've gone ahead and tightened everything up and you think, uh-oh, wrong way. So double check myself again. There we are. Now I'm the correct way around. Okay, so I now have to do the same again on the other side. The other side, you take your, this is your A configuration, and you take that, and again you make sure that this is the way around, which it is, and we're going to collect hole number 3 along the bottom according to the drawing, and the top one should be hole number 4 from the inside edge, or hole number 3 if you're going the other way around. So it doesn't matter which way around, as long as you get the right holes in the right place. So again, same principle, take our 2 of our 3 by 12 millimeter machine screws, which are our BA6s, and take our little locking nuts, 3 millimeter locking nuts, just pop them on. I use the box wrench because it makes it a little easier for me, just to pop them on. And then again, just double check yourself. Okay, so there we are. Yeah, we're definitely correct. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, or third one in. Yeah, that's correct, and the correct way around. Right, now we can go and tighten these 5 screws up, and I'm going to do that and then come back to you. Just tighten these up. So just use your box wrench on one side, and then just nip those tight. There we go. And you know they're tight because it won't go any further. Okay, so now we can put our systems in place and double check ourselves just to make sure, yep, we're all good. So there we are, that's step 2 completed, and you now have the 2 rails ready for step 3.